Welcome back to another video for HarborFinancialOnline.com. Today I'm going to be talking about the child tax credit and how you can use this to increase your refund on your tax return. And I put together a video here that will cover all the important steps to see if you qualify for the credit. So I'm going to get the video started right now, and I'm going to walk through it with you guys to make sure you understand the credit. Now, the main thing is that you need to realize the government luckily recognizes the high cost of taking care of children, and paying if you have a disabled child, or if you're taking care of a parent that's disabled or elderly. They recognize this cost, so that's why they give you this credit. So I'm going to show you if you can qualify for the credit in the video here, and then you can make that decision whether or not this credit will apply to you in your taxes this year. Basically, I mean, the credit ends up leading to a much bigger refund if you do qualify for it, but you do have some criteria factors you have to meet in order to get this credit. The first one you can see on the screen: your child must be less, if you have a child that you're qualifying for, it has to be less than 13 years old. You must be paying someone else to care for them, so you have to have proof of this. You have to have documentation. That person that you're paying, and say you were to get an audit from the IRS, they're going to want to be able to speak to that person you're paying for and see documentation. So you have to make sure that you keep your record straight on this to be able to prove the expense. It cannot be a spouse or a child of your own under 19 years old taking care of this person. So that's important. A lot of people do screw up on this, and they don't realize that there's an age requirement, and then the IRS may disqualify you from getting this credit. So keep in mind the age requirement. You can see at the bottom of the page here, we have a link to HarborFinancialOnline.com, and on the site there we do have more information on the credit. I'm going to go into it more, but I just wanted to point the link out to you. At this site you can also prepare your return directly online after what you've learned today in the video, and try to take advantage of some of these credits we're talking about. Now, the person that you're paying cannot be a dependent of yours, so it can't be your child that you're claiming as a dependent. You're paying those expenses to your child to take care of another child of yours. So that's that in the IRS's eyes, that's breaking the rules, and they will disqualify it. Qualifying for the child care credit, I mean, like I said, there's a lot of criteria factors you have to meet in order to get this credit. If your employer is paying for any of these costs, the credit will be decreased by whatever the employer is covering. So they may have some child care center at your employer that covers this, and whatever they're paying for, the credit will be decreased. Again, when you do your return online, it's going to ask these questions, and you're going to enter it in, and then it'll tell you how much you've been disqualified or how much you qualify for on the credit. Any after school or latchkey programs may qualify, but regular school expenses aren't allowed. So you have to be able to separate those expenses between the after school care and the latchkey versus the expenses of school. So that may come into play if your child is going to a private school, so it's something you may want to look into a little bit more. You can qualify for this credit if you have a disabled parent living with you. If you have a mentally challenged child living with you, you can get this credit. Now, how it works is you have to be able to prove, say it's your parent, that they've lived with you for at least 6 months to be able to get this credit. So you may want to keep track of some mail that's being sent to your house with their name on it, dated with a 6 months date. So that's important to remember. You can claim up to 35% of the care expenses up to $3,000. So there's a maximum of $3,000 on this. So I mean, it's a decent sized credit. And what I'm going to show you here is I'm going to take you to our website at HarborFinancialOnline.com. Have the link down here, and at any point you have any questions about the credit, you can send me an email at expert@HarborFinancialOnline.com, and I'll answer any questions you have about this credit and how you can take advantage of it and get a bigger refund when you file your return. So I'm going to take you to the site real quick. This is our site, harborfinancialonline.com. We do offer a lot more information on other areas of tax and how to increase your deductions and how to get a bigger refund. And you can do the return directly online here through these links. And you should be able to find this site pretty helpful. And if you have any questions, like I said, send me an email. And I appreciate you checking out the video, and hopefully you'll check out some of our future videos. Thank you.